Jack Staph of the Rite Cleveland Marathon, Half Marathon, 10K, and now a 5K. And you've made some pretty interesting changes to the course in this, the 32nd year.
Right. Well, last year after our race, we had a survey done, and we took it to heart, and we analyzed the responses from the various runners, and we designed a course initially that was right to their description. And then we had to go through the different hoops within the city to get it approved. But what we came up with is a course that we believe is a lot faster, and it'll be a lot more pleasant for all the runners.
Essentially, it takes people along the waterfront and through some Cleveland neighborhoods and quite a lot of beautiful scenery. It's kind of a figure eight. What are the changes that will affect the runners the most?
Well, the biggest change is that is the way they run along the lake. The other course had them coming back at 22, 23 miles, coming west where there's a very strong wind. Now they'll be going with the wind at their back at mile 13 all the way out to 20, so it should make it a little easier for them.
So the hardest part of the course, you've got the wind at your back. Oh, how cool is that?
Yes, that was one of the big changes, yes.
And you've added the 5K.
We added a 5K on Saturday. It's in conjunction with the MMRF charity. We may move that into the Sunday race, but we just thought as an experiment we would try that.
Well, it's in an interesting part of town that people might not think to go visit if they're coming from out of town.
Right. It's in the Flats. It's at a restaurant called Shooters. It starts at 8:30 on Saturday, and we have a large parking lot, and then Shooters is going to have a party for everyone after the finish. And there'll be a small awards presentation as well.
And the Kids Run is getting more popular, and you have a new location for that.
Right. We partnered with the Ringling Brothers Circus, and that increased the number of participants because the first 500 children will get a free ticket to the circus. So we needed to move it to a larger location, a larger venue, and that's why we went to Edgewater Park.
So, a tricky way to get kids into running.
Right.
Give them a ticket to the circus.
Exactly. That's a great way, yes.
Part of the Cleveland experience. Thank you, Jack.
Thank you.
We're at the Rite Cleveland Marathon, Half Marathon, 10K, and now 5K, and it's a couple of days before a party with some speakers, including over here, Ann Audain. How are you doing, Ann?
I'm fine. It's really nice to be back in Cleveland. I actually figured out, I think it's year number 30.
For you?
I think so. I think so. It's been a long time.
Can't be. You would that makes you like 22 now, right?
I actually sent Jack a picture of all of us. It was him and Chris Tatro, who's the finish line director, the three of us in 1987, and I sent it through. I was like, don't we look great? 1987, 22 years ago.
Wow, that's amazing. And also, we have Ann Kurtis and Doug Kurtis. And Doug, you're wearing a hat.
You have to fake being younger by wearing a hat, so you can't see how short my hair is.
You can't tell what color it is?
Exactly.
Now, you're doing some speaking, too. What are you telling people this year?
I do a kind of a four-part piece on motivation, what motivates people to run, and then the courage to get out there and do it, and then I do some tips and answer questions.
What motivates people to run?
Oh, I mean, there's thousands of reasons, especially you see the first timers. They've got tons of reasons, from running for a charity to they hit 30 or 40, an age milestone, and then we do crazy motivational things like trying to run a marathon in every state, all that kind of stuff, or run a half marathon in every state. So a lot of that, there's all kinds of reasons.
I guess so. And you're going to be crowd support tomorrow, is that right? I understand you're one of those people on the injury list.
Slightly injured right now, running a little bit again, but I enjoy the events in all the cities that Doug gets to travel to and has opportunities to speak in, so I like to come along and share in the fun.
She's keeping the chiropractors and the podiatrists in business, physical therapists.
Well, that's one of the reasons we come to cities like Cleveland to run marathons, is all the other cool things we get to do. Now, Ann, you've come here for how many years now? We won't count. But what are some of the things you do in Cleveland?
Well, I think what's been the most amazing thing is to watch the changes of the cities, because, to be honest, when I first came here and told people I was coming to Cleveland, people would go, why on earth would you go to Cleveland? And there's been amazing changes to the city through these years. And the first reason I came here was that it was 1981. and I believe, and the Playhouse Square was opening. It had all been renovated, and they decided to have a 5-mile race to really support the opening of the Playhouse Square again on Euclid Avenue. And that's what first brought me to Cleveland. I got asked to come and run in the race, and I believe the American athlete that came with me was Tony Sandoval. A lot of history there, going back a long time. And I don't think he was a U.S. Olympian. I think he was one of the unlucky ones in 1980, I believe. But that's what first brought me to Cleveland. And now I think the priority coming back, obviously the race, but the kids, this program that's going with these kids, I believe there's almost 700 participating in this program on Sunday. It's wonderful.
That's going to be so exciting. Last year we watched you finish with them, and they didn't know who you were at all. But they were still having a blast.
Well, I think last year Bill and I didn't make it to where we were supposed to go, which was actually where all the kids were assembled, waiting for us to come and speak to them. And Bill decided it was too far to go, and we were going to stand on a street corner and wait for them to come to us. So we're
Too far to go.
Well, now I had done it the previous year. And it was Bill. Bill, we've got to go.
Bill Rogers.
Yes, Bill Rogers. We got to go a bit further. And he's going, no, Annie, no, I don't think so. The kids are coming here. This is where we start. We're a little better organised this year, and I think I will take responsibility for myself and get myself there. And Bill will have to find his own way.
That's just a funny idea. So, yeah. So, and what do you do in Cleveland?
I want to get to the House of Blues and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and do a little shopping, and especially the eating. The Italian district here is awesome. And maybe running too. Maybe a little running while I'm here.
And how about you? What do you look forward to in Cleveland?
Actually, I just bought this hat down the street.
Shopping. He goes for shopping.
Or the Mad Hatter.
It's very cool. I like it on your deck.
There is some great shopping. Obviously, some really good. Actually, last year we just happened to be here when the Cleveland Cavaliers were playing Boston, and they released some tickets at the last minute. So we ended up with some great seats, and it was really fun because Cleveland won. So unfortunately, they're not out of town this year. But yeah, I mean they got beautiful facilities for for sports here. So yeah.
They do. In fact, it was fun just to see that the baseball stadium's right next to the basketball arena. So.
And they're beautiful. I mean, really outstanding facilities.
We're really hoping where I live, which is in Evansville, Indiana, the same people who did everything here have now been working with our mayor to start a whole. We're thinking we're going to get an arena in the next year, and it's the same people that came down and consulted in Evansville. So I'm happy about that.
I imagine so. So, well, it looks like it's time to party on. Thank you, everybody. Good. Are you running Sunday?
The 10K.
10K? Okay. And you're running with the kids?
Yes, running with the kids.
So good luck on Sunday, and we'll see you at the finish line.
Thank you.
All right.